Picture this. Your life begins nearly 300,000 years ago, as one of the earliest humans to walk the earth. You live in what is now northern Africa, close to present-day Morocco. Your daily existence isn't far removed from your hominid ancestors. You craft primitive tools, hunt wild animals, and gather food and supplies for survival. Eventually, like all things, your life ends. But this is only the starting point. After death, you're sent backwards in time, reborn as the second human to ever exist. You don't retain memories of your former life, yet your previous experiences subtly shape who you are. And the cycle continues. You die again, only to return as the third human, then the fourth, the fifth, and so on, until you've lived as every single person who's ever been born. Altogether, your collective lives span nearly 4 trillion years. You're only ever aware of the life you're currently experiencing, so you don't carry the full psychological weight of history. Still, each lifetime leaves a deep imprint on those that follow. In some incarnations, your impact on the world is unmistakable. But the most famous historical figures you've lived as are just a tiny sliver of your full journey. More often, your days are spent in modest lives, eating, laughing, working, hoping, and worrying. Roughly 10% of your 4 trillion years are spent as a hunter-gatherer. About 60% of your existence is rooted in agriculture, where you spend close to 800 billion years cultivating the land and refining tools and techniques to grow food. Across all your lives, you dedicate 1.5 billion years to sex and intimacy, and around 250 million years to childbirth. Nearly 20% of your existence goes into raising children, passing down stories, customs, and beliefs that echo across generations. Sometimes you shape culture through conquest. Other times you endure its destruction, your lands seized, your loved ones lost. In more than 1% of your lifetimes, you're stricken with diseases like smallpox or malaria. But in others, you heal, saving countless versions of yourself with your medical knowledge. In the early eras of humanity, lifespans are short. There are fewer people to live as, and your influence is limited mostly to those around you. But as human lifespans extend and populations expand, you start to relive increasingly eventful periods. A full third of your journey happens after the year 1200 CE. One quarter unfolds after 1750, as technology and civilization advance at an astonishing pace. You design steam engines, build factories, and harness electricity to power the tools that define your modern lives. You witness scientific breakthroughs, survive the bloodiest wars in history, and watch as the environment transforms, often by your own doing. While your lives are longer on average, everything seems to move faster. What once took months to communicate now happens in seconds. Enterprises that once took generations to grow can now rise or fall in a single night. You gain access to luxuries that even your former royal selves couldn't have imagined. And now, after over 100 billion lives, you arrive once again, this time as the youngest living person today. Despite the immensity of your journey, spanning 300,000 years of human evolution, your decisions today matter more than almost any before. You can cross oceans in hours, spreading both diseases and cures. The internet allows you to touch lives around the globe without ever leaving your room. In recent lifetimes, you've invented tools that can alter the DNA of living beings, affecting their descendants forever. And in this life, you might build even greater innovations, ones that help shape a safer, more compassionate world for every future version of yourself. But a single misstep, one reckless invention, could just as easily spell disaster. With nuclear weapons, bioengineering risks, climate instability, and other existential dangers, humanity now faces its greatest threats yet. In this tightly connected, rapidly evolving world, it's terrifyingly easy to reverse thousands of years of progress, or even wipe out every possible future you might have. No one knows exactly what lies ahead. But one thing is certain: your potential is vast. So the real question is, how will you live this life? And what will you do to build a better tomorrow for all the lives you've yet to lead?